Morning to you. We got our contest coming up for tickets to Sesame Place. We'll be giving those away. Also, will a shortage of players result in a Central Jersey high school from not having a football season this year? It's very possible. We'll talk about that coming up. Let's get right to the Jersey Central Newsmaker hotline. It is Tuesday, and that's when we get to speak with our good friend Barry Blank, the president of National Estate Jewelers, and our segment that we call What's It Worth? And Barry, good morning to you. I understand that you are in the process of traveling to New York this morning.
I am. I am on a bus, so I don't want to talk too loud. I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear. It's not a quiet
Oh,
car.
good.
Not a quiet car on the
Good.
bus, I don't think. So, but even Barry, even for you, as many years as you've been in this, and of course the 18th year celebration is coming up soon, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Even as many years as you've been doing this, and as outstanding as you've been at this, and really one of the best at what you do, you're still constantly always studying and trying to stay up to date on current things. And regulations are, of course, a big part of what you do, and that's why you're taking this trip to New York today, right?
That's true. I am going to the Appraisers Association on Park Avenue, and I am going to USPAP, which is United States Principals of Appraisal Practice Conference.
So even
And
after
I
all this time, you never stop learning, Barry. You're always
No.
you have to stay on top of
No.
every little trend and everything, right?
100%. But
Yeah.
this is important. This has to do with ethics and standards of IRS evaluations and appraisals. And it's very important that we be compliant and we be certified there because it allows us to do appraisals for tax reasons.
Hmm. And if I'm going to do something like this, if I'm going to go to someone and sell my valuables and collectibles and whatnot, someone that has studied ethics regulations, Barry, that's who I want to work with.
It's so important. I mean, I see we're not allowed to say buying, selling, and appraising in the same sentence. They have to be separate because it's a conflict. You can't appraise. You can't buy something you're appraising.
Interesting.
You know, we draw up a contract when we're doing an appraisal for future sale, and it states very clearly in that appraisal that we do not now nor in the future hold any financial interest in the objects we're evaluating. Once the issue of the appraisal is finished, the client has the option to go to other people or come back to us, and then we sign a new contract that says now that the contract is finished and the job is done, we will now offer you this, and we want you to sign off on it. And that's legal.
Gotcha. All right. Interesting. Good to know. Every time you're on here, Barry, I always learn something different about your business and your industry and what the standards are. So hopefully other people that are hearing this will kind of learn a little bit as well. 18 years, and you're going to have a figure for us next week about how much money you believe the company has used to buy people's valuables and jewelry and whatnot. You actually might have a figure next week?
Preliminary $50 million. Not 15, but 50.
$50 million.
$50 million.
Wow.
In 3 years.
Pretty remarkable.
So I will have close because we tried to load the program for the whole 18 years and the program crashed.
I'm not surprised. Okay, but we'll have a solid figure next week. So even though Barry is in New York City today, it doesn't mean you can't go by for the free verbal evaluations that happen every Tuesday. So you can go to the store, of course, and Barry's probably not doing any house calls today. He's got an important house call in New York City. But, of course, reach out and talk about those, of course.
That's true. Actually, I do have an important call. It's not a house call. I'm calling on a very important business in Rockefeller Center. I'll let you know when I get it worked out. But they want to do estate buying there, and I'm going to advise them and be part of their business, I think.
That is awesome. Okay. You got to give us the details on that when we speak next week, Barry. But thanks for giving us a few minutes on your bus ride. Of course, it is the chariot of the people, if you will, the buses that move us from point A to point B. Have a safe trip, and we'll talk next week, Barry, okay?
Yeah, okay. Take care.
All right, you too. Thank you. All right, Barry